Hey Taurus, welcome to my channel, welcome to my space. This is 𝑍𝑊𝋼𝑍𝑐𝑒. This is going to be your general messages for the month of October 2022. For those of you, if you were keeping up with me at all on this channel, which I don't expect people to that much, but I had a passing in my family, and I had to leave in the month of September to be with my family. Just to mourn the passing of my grandfather. And that's why I didn't really post on here in the month of September for Virgo season, or just for the month of September in general, because I was with my family. So I just wanted to give a bit of an update and a reason why. But I'm back, and I'm here for your readings, for everybody's readings. So Taurus, this is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus placements. Those 4 specific placements for you guys. If those do not resonate, please check out your other signs and see if that resonates. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in, Taurus. We're going to pull some oracle messages first, and then we're going to pull some tarot to dive a little bit deeper, okay, for October 2022 for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Universe source for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for October 2022. Let's see here, guys. Let's see. Okay, we have sweetness. Sorry if this, okay, there we go. We have sweetness. That's good. That's a good card to get. It's a beautiful card to get. And then we have movement. That's an interesting combination of cards to get. And then we have confidence. I just got the term life is sweet. I don't know why. But life could be very sweet for you, Taurus. And if this is a challenge, this is the universe advising you to start moving in that vibe of life is sweet. Because it is. Yes, it does have times where life is dreadful, life is grueling, right? Life is hard. However, when we push ourselves through those times, we realize how sweet life actually is, because life's beauty is not because of the good parts. It's beautiful because of the bad as well. Life is complex. You know, it's like a flower. A flower, yes, we look at its physical appearance and its petals and its leaves, right? And its buds and its blossoms, but that's not necessarily what makes a flower's life beautiful. The life of a flower is beautiful because of the metamorphosis, because of the seedling, the embryo of the flower, you know, the sprouts, the buds, the pollen, if it contains pollen, right? It's the whole process of what a flower is. That's what makes it beautiful, you know. And sometimes you have to snip that flower so that more can grow. That's what makes the flower beautiful. That's what makes that bush beautiful. And that's what makes living beings beautiful. It's not the good parts of ourselves that's beautiful. It's even the parts that we see as ugly, the parts that we see as bad about ourselves. We have a light and a darkness about us. And as long as we're moving towards goodness, as long as we're moving towards change, moving with change, moving towards transformation as individuals, and the more that we embrace change and we embrace the times that are inconvenient, the better life can be. Move with the change. Life is sweet. And that, again, if that's a challenge in the month of October, you guys, open your eyes to understand what you're missing. Are you moving too fast in your life to realize the sweeter parts to look at a butterfly, to look at a flower like I brought up, to look at the trees blowing in the wind, to listen to the wind, to look at your children if you have children and look how beautiful they are, how much they mean to you. Looking at each and every one of their personalities if you have multiple children, looking at your friends, looking at your parents if you have a loving relationship with your family, or if you have a loving relationship with your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend, if you have a loving relationship with your children, your friends, your dogs, your cats, your bird, your snakes, your lizards, whatever living beings are in your home, your plants, and even just looking around your life, making the decision to look at the sweetness of life, even when there are bitter parts that are at the forefront in your mind. You are also a sweet aspect of life, Taurus. If you're lacking confidence because you're focused more on the bitter parts of yourself, and you've sat in that energy for so long, the universe wants you to change that. Okay. All right. Let's pull another oracle message for you guys, Taurus. I hope you guys can hear me. My whole setup right now has kind of changed a little bit, and the editing of the videos are a little bit different because of technology. I have some, I need to get like a new camera. Like I have a lot of things, a new computer, like everything is kind of fallen. It's kind of fallen apart a little bit, but you know, I'm slowly building it back up. So, you know, again, the bitter parts of life, right? But life is still sweet. It really is. Love yourself even in the bitterness, the bitterest chapters. Know that you're worth it, because I know that, you know, I'm a Leo, y'all. Like, I got multiple Leo placements in my chart, and when life gets tough and it's bitter, I don't feel like, you know, taking care of myself and, you know, being on camera all the time, because I just want to focus on the bitterness. How can I solve that? How can I get rid of that? But the true strength is when you still smile and you still choose to love. You still choose to smile through it all. And in that way, when the better times come along, you can smile even bigger. You can feel even more beautiful, right? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for October 2022. Thank you, Spirit Guides, for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for October 2022. I'm not sure who needs to hear this, even if it's one of you. You know, life is sweet. It really is. And that's not to ignore the bitter parts, you know, because I know sometimes we don't like to hear like everything happens for a reason, or life is good, everything's going to be fine. Nobody wants to hear that when things are not going good, right? But sometimes you just got to tell yourself that, because the world may seem like it's crumbling around you, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of your life. You know? Life can be tough. But others of you, this can just be Taurus. Maybe this is you moving towards that. You're feeling more confident. You're feeling more sweet. You're feeling more happy. You're feeling like you can move in a direction that you've been wanting to move in for so long, and it's just so smooth. It just feels right. So we have stand firm in the eye of the storm, eclipse in Scorpio, regeneration. Like I was saying earlier, we do have a Scorpio eclipse coming up this month. Okay? We do have a Scorpio eclipse coming up. Stand firm in the eye of the storm. So what was I saying earlier? Life has bitter chapters. There's a darkness to life, but that's that's what makes it beautiful, right? What do you choose? Do you choose to let the storm wash you away? Or do you choose to stand firm and be diligent and continue to work on yourself, continue to work on manifesting what you want in your life, work on becoming and improving yourself, working on transforming into the person that you want to be in the future, but also embracing who you are now. Scorpio energy is pretty stormy, y'all. Okay? Scorpio energy can feel very unforgiving. And for those of you who are Scorpios watching this and you're just watching for your Taurus placements, happy birthday, happy early birthday. But y'all, if you're a Scorpio watching this and you got Taurus in your chart, God bless, like Jesus, you know, like that's a lot, you know. Scorpios can go through a lot. You guys can really go through a lot. And Taurus, maybe you're not a Scorpio sun, but you have Scorpio in your chart. Just like Scorpio, you guys are a fixed sign, so that can be tough too, because you're fixed on being a fixed sign. Like myself, it's like when you're fixed on something and you're fixed on how you feel, you're fixed on going in a certain direction, it's hard to turn you around, right? It's hard to stop you. And that's where that stubbornness is, but that's where you get the term fixed sign. But Taurus, Scorpio's your opposing sign. It's your opposing sign. What is there to learn? Scorpio is about that death. It's about that bitterness, that darkness, the energy that everybody stays away from, right? Nobody likes the D word. You know, nobody likes that word, death. But use Taurus, your energy is about rebirth. It's about newness. It's that springtime energy, right? It's that energy of like before summer hits. It's like that mid-springtime energy. It's that energy of blossoms. It's that energy of pregnancy, children. It's that energy, again, of new ideas, new chapters in throughout every year. You are the rebirth. Okay? So when you're knocked down, you regenerate. We all regenerate, right? For those of you who believe in reincarnation like I do, when we die, that's not it. There's no such thing. Like, look at the world. Look at how plants, they regenerate every single year. There are plants that regenerate every single year. And some of them, they leave seeds behind. They leave seeds behind to create more, duplicates of them. It's like, that's just how life works. Look at how the world works. When life kills you or gets rid of you, or when we die, or when we're going through a tough time where we're just knocked down and there's tower moments, like the Scorpio energy of tower moments, when our life is crumbling, you have to believe and realize and understand that once this all crumbles and when we're done crying and we're done wailing and mourning the loss of what we worked so hard for, realize remember, this is going to be rebuilt. This is going to regenerate. There are chapters of sweetness and there are chapters of bitterness. It's inevitable. Both are inevitable. Remember that in the month of October, because October, especially when you hit Scorpio season, that's when things get a little bit stormy. That's when they get a little bit intense, mostly up here in our brains, in our minds, in our hearts, okay? I'm not saying that you're gonna, your house is gonna, burn down or anything. No. It's more spiritual, it's more emotional, it's more mental. Because that's where all the transformation starts. It starts from within. It doesn't start from without. It starts from within, always. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Bottom of the deck for that, I just wanted to show you this. You have Eclipse in Virgo. You have regeneration and reorganization. Choose duties and responsibilities carefully. So whoever needs to hear that, remember that, Taurus. The process of regeneration requires reorganization. That's that Virgo energy, okay? So some of you guys are, you have Virgo in your chart, or Virgo has a lesson for you. Be careful what you choose in the process. It will make things easier or harder. Choose your battles wisely. But this also shows me here, Taurus, as you move through this regeneration after feeling like life has crumbled and you've lost this or that, or your ego may have been destroyed, whatever. You may feel lost for some reason. I don't know why. It depends on what you're going through. But there are choices to be made in the eye of this storm here, whatever this storm is for you, mentally or emotionally. Could be a breakup. I don't know where that came from, but some of you guys, that can just be a breakup that just ended bad and kind of left you feeling desolate. Okay, but just remember in general here for October, when things are crumbling and things need to be regenerated and rebuilt, remember to reorganize. Don't go about things the same way. Don't set things up the same way that you did before the destruction happened or before the tower moment happened. Because guess what? It's just going to start all over again, because the old ways are not going to work. It's not going to work in this new chapter. Okay? So remember that. Don't start going back to your old ways thinking like, oh, it's going to be fine. Everything crumbled and we're built it back up. Everything feels good. Everything's going to be fine. No, it will go right back to this storm. Okay? And it might be a worse one if you don't reorganize and redo some things different. Just do some things differently. Okay? All right, y'all. Let's pull 3 cards from the tarot. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for October 2022. Taurus. All signs of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for Taurus for October 2022. Spirit guides, we thank you. Okay. All right. We have the 9 of Swords. Bitter. There's some fear there. There's some anxiety. And when I see the 9 of Swords, I just get that's the type of anxiety and fear that it just sticks with you. You can't go to sleep. You have headaches or migraines. You may have stomach aches. You don't want to eat. You're not motivated to do anything, right? So whatever happened here, Taurus, it left you feeling desolate. Like you just felt like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to talk to anybody. You were just feeling depressed, just in anguish. And this is mental. The sword energy, anytime I see swords, that's mental. That's mental, that's verbal, that's communication, whether it be mental communication or verbal communication. Could be even body language, but this is communication. So there are those of you, anything that you say about your life or about your circumstance, it is just you're just in detriment. At least that's how you're thinking right now, or that's how you have been thinking for a while. More swords, y'all. We got the 5 of Swords. So you guys, what's going on? What is happening? Why are you thinking this way? What happened? Y'all don't have to tell me. I'm just saying. I'm really, it's very interesting. You guys are stuck in your mind about this. I don't know how long ago this happened, but Taurus. And this can be past energy, okay? This can be just in the past. It does not have to be in the future, like something that's happening now. This is just how you may have felt in the past. Okay, yeah, we have the Lovers here. So there was a breakup, something that happened with friend, family member, a significant other. When I see the Lovers card, I see that as, well, even when I see the Two of Cups, I still look at it as general love. You know, it doesn't have to be a significant, like, person, like a lover or a sexual partner. But dang, bottom of the deck, you got the Ten of Swords. Taurus, pay attention to Scorpio now. Please learn from Scorpio. That is your opposing sign. That's all about death. You are the rebirth. So life does not feel sweet to you right now for whatever reason. And again, this can all be mental, because this is all, the Lovers is Gemini energy. So that's still air energy. That's still communication. That's still the mental body. Please remember, Taurus, when things crumble, it doesn't mean it's going to stay. It can't stay that way. The only way you prolong this detrimental period is by the lack of change. By passage of lack of change. Passage of stagnation. Like it's if you are not growing and learning, and you start redoing things out of fear because you feel that if I do this, or if I do this new thing, or if I don't do things the way I used to, if I let go of control, then this is going to happen to me again. But that doesn't make any sense, right? If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, thinking that this is the right way to do it, this is the way I feel is best, nothing's going to change. You will not be brought into balance in this sweet energy of the Lovers card. Like, look at that pink energy, those pink flowers, right? Remember, Taurus, like stubbornness, that brings on more bitterness. Let it end. Let it go. Stop doing the same old with the Ten of Swords. Let it go. Let death happen. Bury it. Be done with it. Stop doing the same thing. The world is moving. Planets are moving. They're constantly moving. And if we're not moving, our hair follicles, they grow. Nails constantly grow. Skin regenerates. You know, there's movement every single day of our lives in the world. People die. People are born. There's always shifts happening every single day. If you're not shifting and changing with the rest of these shifts and changes in the world, I was saying the same thing to Aries. You're not contributing to the world becoming better. You're not contributing to your betterment or improvement. So stop staying in one spot thinking like, no, I got this. Like, this is exactly the way it's supposed to be. This feels right. This feels comfortable. I don't need to step out of my comfort zone. I don't need to try this or try that. Because if I try that, you know, maybe something happened where you did try something once and it went bad and you're just like, nope, I'm sticking with, no, that you got to get out of that. You got to keep trying. You have to be diligent, Taurus. I was saying the same thing to Aries. That's very interesting. If you have Aries in your chart, check it out. Let's clarify these cards, you guys. Clarify these cards, Spirit guides, for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for October 2022 for Taurus. Let's see, y'all. Queen of Coins. I read that as Capricorn, but it could also be you, Taurus. That's clarifying the Nine of Blades. So this can definitely surround a person who is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo in your life. This can just be you in your own head. You wanting to control. But the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Coins is someone who, again, they have that sweetness about them. They're very hospitable. They'll give you the shirt off their back, right? There may be another earth sign who's going to help you, but this is someone who has worked diligently, and they continue to work diligently all the time to make sure that they are growing and changing with the times, to make sure that they have what they need. They don't make excuses. The Queen of Coins does not make excuses. She's going to have money. She's going to have food. She's going to have a place for her children or for herself or for her husband or significant other, for her family. She doesn't make excuses. She doesn't blame the world. She doesn't place blame. She just does the work. And the work is sometimes embracing, well, all the time, embracing change. 10 of Rods, clarifying the 5 of Blades. You're carrying too much. You're doing too much, Taurus. You may think that what you're doing is the only way and that's the right way, but you're actually doing too much. The universe is like, why are you doing so much? You're making this harder on yourself. And this can just be one particular situation. I'm not saying that you're in detriment financially or that your life is crumbling. This can just be one situation with a person. And you're just doing too much. And because you're doing too much, your brain is just like over it. You're just tired. And you just feel like life is just throwing you curveballs and constantly, you know, just stomping on you. But that's not the case. It's because you're making it more difficult on yourself. You're carrying too much. You're doing too much. Okay? Then we have the 2 of Coins. There's that reorganization, that reprioritizing energy. Clarifying the Lovers. And the Lovers is 2 people. Right? So 2 and 2. Even though the Lover's card is 6, it's card number 6, but still it's appropriate, this clarifying that. Bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Elixirs. So there could have been a situation where somebody cheated, or there was a situation involving 3 people where you were doing too much, overthinking things, only focusing on the negative. Don't just focus on the negative. Focus on the bliss. Focus on the sweetness. Focus on the joy. Focus on love, Taurus. Your energy is about love, self-love. If you're focused on the bitter aspects of life, you're not loving yourself. You're giving more power and more energy to the things that are not working in your favor. But that's just life. There are going to be things that don't work in your favor a lot of the time. It's your choice to decide if you want to continue to push yourself and to be diligent. You know, just take life's punches or dodge them. You know, do what you got to do. Life is life. Okay, Taurus. Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, Taurus.